What's up, Eagles fans? Welcome into the Eagle Eye in the Sky. I'm Fran Duffy, and today we're going to take a look back at the Eagles' tough loss at the hands of the Dallas Cowboys on the road, Week 16, eliminating them from playoff contention here for the 2020 season. Still some things that we could take away, and I thought, really, you look at the first two drives offensively, obviously it was a very fast start. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. They're only touchdowns of the game, and a big part of that, especially the opening drive, was the run game, and they were able to get things going. A lot of different things, whether it was Miles Sanders running between the tackles, you get outside the tackle box, you get Jalen Hurts involved. They did a lot of different things from a creative standpoint in the run game, and honestly, the touchdown, the final play of that drive, very reminiscent of a play that was a staple of the Andy Reid offense here in Philadelphia all the years he was here. I don't want to give it away. Let's show you exactly what I mean here, but we'll start by looking at that touchdown run by Miles Sanders and how it looks like a play from Eagles past. Let's take a look at the touchdown run by Miles Sanders here on the opening drive for the Eagles against the Cowboys in Week 16. And this really reminds me of a staple of the Andy Reid era here in Philadelphia down in the red zone. But I'll get to that here in a second. Let's take a look at why this play worked. Number one, you get the jet action from Quez Watkins. That is going to stretch and expand the front side of the defense. You're also going to pull a couple blockers from the backside. You're going to get some read option action on the backside here. That's what allows that defensive end to remain unblocked. You've got Quez Watkins running to the right. That, again, expands the defense. Look at the seal that's created by those 2 pulling offensive linemen. You've got a right tackle up at the second level. Nice softness there, nice crease for Miles Sanders to put his foot in the ground and get downhill for the touchdown. Now let's go back to the Andy Reid staple, the shovel pass out of a split back look. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to get a sprint right with the running back, and you get Donovan McNabb rolling to the right. You've got an offensive lineman pulling from the backside. There's no jet action. There's no read option. Those things didn't happen in the NFL back in the early 2000s. But you've got the same stress on the defense. Look at that seal. It's identical. Same kind of blocks on both the play side and up at the point of attack. Awesome to see kind of the symmetry there between the 2 plays. So the run game, a big part of why the Eagles were able to move the football throughout the entirety of this game, and they did it again. Miles Sanders, Jalen Hurts, really kind of that 1-2 punch. They were mixing in Boston Scott as well. But ultimately, it comes down to those 2 guys. And they averaged over 5 yards a carry against the Dallas defense that has struggled to stop the run for the majority of this 2020 season. But ultimately, there were some plays that were taken off the board due to penalties. Then you get behind the sticks. The run game becomes less of a factor. They were not able to consistently run the football. Their biggest pass play did come off play action. The Eagles did a nice job overall of setting up play action in this game, but no bigger example than this 81-yard touchdown from Jalen Hurts to Deshaun Jackson. Let's see how that play happened. With the run game being such a big part of the opening drive, it only makes sense that on the second drive of the game, the Eagles will come back with a play-action shot play from the shotgun, 12 personnel. You see Deshaun Jackson, top of the screen. The tight split forces off coverage from that corner. He's going to back off the line of scrimmage, make sure that he's not getting beat over the top. Now, you've got the play action fake in the backfield. Look at those safeties. They've seen this run action before. The Eagles did a lot of running, especially with the guards pulling from the backside in that opening drive. This is just a 2-man route concept, though. You've got a post cross concept. Zach Ertz running the crosser. The safety jumps it. There's no one there in the post. The double move is there. Deshaun Jackson runs away from the corner, playing with outside leverage. And now you see Jalen Hurts do the rest. He lays it out for Djax, who then finishes it with an 81-yard touchdown on this catch and run. Beautifully executed play-action shot play from the Eagles offense here on the opening play of the second possession. It would be the last time they would reach the end zone in this game, but just a really well-executed play. Good play call, really complimenting what they had done off that opening drive with all the different run plays they had in the playbook. So a great example of some play action there. Deshaun Jackson making the most of his 1 target. We saw a lot of him on some other vertical route concepts as well throughout the course of the afternoon, but that being his only target, 1 catch, 81 yards, 1 touchdown. Now, the Eagles did a lot to try and assert themselves in the play action pass game in this game. Early on, we saw a lot of Jalen Hurts under center, and we also saw something we usually don't see from the Eagles offense, and that's the pistol formation. And the pistol is basically where you have the quarterback in the shotgun with the running back behind him. So you still get a marriage of all of your under center concepts, but with the quarterback in the shotgun. So I thought the Eagles did this early on. We'll show you exactly what they were trying to accomplish here in this clip. The Eagles wanted to get the run game going and the play-action pass game going. We saw more under center, and we saw more pistol, where you've got Jalen Hurts in the shotgun, a running back directly behind him. This is called the pistol set. You're going to create some downhill run opportunities. It's not like running from the shotgun for the running back. It's a little bit more straight under center in terms of the style of runs you can get. You see the double team there for Jordan Howard. The Eagles pick up 5 yards, but you also are able to set up some nice play action where the quarterback can really sell the run fake, turn his back to the defense, and you have some play action shot play opportunities here. Look a little bit later in the game. Same pistol set. You've got the play action fake. Linebackers all step up. This is going to be a staple route concept for the Eagles over the course of Doug Peterson's tenure. It's your dagger concept. You lift with the inside receiver, then run the in-breaker with Travis Fulgham. Look at the void there over the middle of the field. Nice way to get to your dagger through that pistol set, that play action. Eagles ran a good amount of pistol against the Cowboys on Sunday. We'll see another example of it here, where this time they're going to run another staple concept under Doug Peterson over the course of the last few years, and that's a version of the 3-level stretch, where you're going to get Quez Watkins running the deep crossing route from the opposite side of the field. You've got the intermediate route from Deshaun Jackson, and then you've got the underneath route from the tight end, Zach Ertz. Jalen Hurts has to step up and scramble a little bit, bide some time, but he eventually finds the rookie Quez Watkins for the big play down the field, the second big play of the last 2 weeks for Quez Watkins. But nice use of pistol and play action from the Eagles offense on Sunday. Over the last couple of weeks, we've talked about play sequencing with the run game in particular. And I think when you add in a guy like Jalen Hurts, that really kind of opens it up to do a lot more creative things in the run game because of his threat as a ball carrier. And I think we've seen that over the course of his first 2 starts. Well, that continued in the third start against Dallas. The Eagles did some nice creative things. Really, one of the bigger ones, one of my favorite plays from this game was a 23-yard completion to Dallas Goedert. I'll show you exactly how they were able to set that play up with things they had done really over the course of the last 2 weeks as well. This is a fun 2-play sequence here for the Eagles. It's 3rd and 1. I want you to take a look at what the Eagles are looking like here. You're going to basically get Jalen Hurts on a keeper on a zone read. You've got Dallas Goedert releasing upfield as if he's running a vertical route. He eventually converts into a blocker for Jalen Hurts. He keeps it, runs down the right sideline for a 20-yard gain. We take a look at this from the end zone angle. All it is simple math. You've got a 6-man box against 5 blockers. How do you account for that 6th man? You're going to read him with the quarterback, running back mesh point. If the defensive end crashes in, you keep it. If he stays static, you're going to hand it off. And that's exactly what Jalen Hurts does here. He keeps the football, runs to the outside. You've got Dallas Goedert leaking up to the second level as a blocker. And again, 20 yards, first down. That's what the zone read looks like when it's running at its best. And the Eagles have done a lot of it over the last 3 weeks. Now, go to another play in the game. You're going to get a similar kind of situation. This time, it's 3rd and 2. What do we see here in the backfield? Just keep an eye here on what Jalen Hurts does. Look, you can see that mesh point. Dallas Goedert once again releasing up to the second level. It looks like initially it'll be some kind of a pick play. He puts his foot in the ground and works vertically. He is wide open down the field. But one of my things that I love most about this was how they got to it. This wasn't just your simple play action pass because, again, it looks just like the typical zone replay we've seen with the Eagles. They ran a similar play like this with Jalen Hurts keeping the football last week with Corey Clement in the backfield. And again, just going to look like that simple zone read. You see the mesh point there with Hurts and Clement. He looks like he's reading that backside defensive end, but Clement turns into a blocker. Hurts sprints to his right. He finds Goedert for the big play down the field. 23 yards on 3rd and 2. Nice play sequencing there by the Eagles, disguising one play to make it look like another. All right, so we've taken a look at run game and play action, and that was really kind of the bread and butter for the Eagles early on in this game, and a lot of their big plays came from those kinds of concepts. But they were down by 2 scores for a majority of this game, and due to penalties and some negative plays, they were behind the sticks often in this game. So that kind of removes those 2 aspects of your game. When it's 3rd and 9, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 14, 3rd and 8, you're not going to be running the run game. You're not going to be running play action. So the Eagles had to rely on the drop back pass game. And I thought too often there were some plays that were left on the field. Not always on these 3rd and longs, but I thought overall we saw some more negative plays from Jalen Hurts, which, by the way, is going to be expected with a rookie quarterback. These guys are going to have to learn under fire. Every rookie quarterback goes through these kinds of things, and I thought we saw some negative plays here from Hurts that he would like to have back. We'll show you just a couple of examples here of what I mean. There are certainly some plays that Jalen Hurts will like to have back from this game against Dallas. You see him here in the strike zone territory here for the Eagles offense. Good pocket. He's going to drop back. He's got vertical route concepts working across the field. Greg Ward is about to break open to his right side. Before he breaks open, though, Jalen Hurts abandons the pocket. He leaves a little bit early, leaves some room on the table here. He ends up running for a first down, which is a nice play, but it could have been an even bigger play had he decided to pull the trigger there to Greg Ward, one of his favorite targets. That's not a terrible outcome, but you go to a little bit later in the game. 2nd and goal, same drive. You're going to get Miles Sanders working across the middle of the field on a little Texas route. It is perfectly set up. The linebacker's picked off, but Jalen Hurts breaks the pocket. Once again, he ends up running out of bounds. Nearly a touchdown here, but runs out of bounds, steps out, and the Eagles miss out on a touchdown there. So you get a little example of some of the plays that he leaves on the field from a mental standpoint. Then this one, 3rd and 3, down in the red zone. This one he just misses. This is perfectly executed up until the throw. He's going to look to his left, comes back to his right. He's going to have Jalen Reagor wide open for a touchdown in the post. They held the safety there, knowing that this play would open up, and he just misses. He sails this one over the rookie's head, and the Eagles are forced to kick a field goal. One last play we'll take a look at. This time, he got fooled mentally pre-snap. It's 3rd and 3. You can see the little pre-snap motion. They're trying to look for an indicator there of whether it's man or zone. You've got man beaters to the right. You've got zone beaters to the left. No one ran with Sanders, so he thinks it's zone coverage. So he's going to start to his left side, that zone beating concept. But Cowboys fooled him. It's actually man-to-man. He's going to have Alshon Jeffrey wide open over the middle of the field, but he's not able to get there because he started to the left side. The pressure got home, and he's forced to throw this ball away on an incomplete pass. Certainly some plays Jalen Hurts will learn from here moving forward. So the Eagles offense finishes with just 17 points. All of them came in the first half. No points there in the second half. 3 turnovers and a turnover on downs in the fourth quarter alone. Obviously, that's not a winning formula for offensive football. The Eagles unable to eclipse the 30-point mark again here in the 2020 season, unable to be able to move the ball consistently against a poor Dallas defense. So let's go over to the other side. And obviously, the defense not without fault in this game as well. They gave up a number of big plays in the passing game, which has not been something that has been too much of a problem for them throughout the course of this 2020 season. But on Sunday, when you were down Fletcher Cox for a majority of the game, no Derek Barnett, no Josh Sweat up front, and then on the back end, missing the guys they've been missing in the secondary, certainly some moving pieces back there. But how did Dallas create some of these big plays? Early on, one of the things that the Eagles tried to do, they tried to pressure Andy Dalton. We saw lots of different blitzes. Andy Dalton, veteran quarterback, knew where to go with the football. Early on, it was apparent that the Eagles were trying to be aggressive against Andy Dalton, big pressure from a couple of different areas. You see here a blitz that they've run a couple of times over the last couple of weeks with success, but this time they get burned. You're going to get a little slant-flat combination here from the Dallas Cowboys. Michael Gallup working right into the soft spot in the zone. Andy Dalton knowing exactly where to go. You've got a missed tackle on the back end. Gallup gallops into the end zone for a touchdown. Next drive, you're going to get a zero blitz look here from the Eagles. A bunch of guys up on the line of scrimmage. They're going to end up dropping the 2 edge guys out into space, but you've got a quick jailbreak screen to Michael Gallup again. You get him slipping, getting to the sideline, and then you've got a long, fast wide receiver sprinting down the sideline for a 50-plus yard run on the screen. Next drive, you're going to get, again, a cover zero look here from the Eagles, and they're going to be sending full-on pressure. You've got CeeDee Lamb working right underneath the middle of the field. Andy Dalton knows where to burn the blitz. The Eagles gave up too many big plays through the blitz in this game, especially early on. So after those early blitzes, the Eagles decided, let's just back off a little bit. Let's try and focus on coverage. And they tried to play some man-to-man, do what they had been doing throughout the course of 2020. Well, that didn't go too well for them either, as they were able to find ways to be able to create some man-beating concepts and take advantage of matchups. That happened early in the second half. By the second half, one strategy the Eagles tried to do is they tried to play heavier DBs and focus more on coverage, a lot of man-to-man. But what Dallas did was they attacked man-to-man, whether it was through their scheme or through matchups. Here, you see a great man-beating concept here with CeeDee Lamb, who beats Nickel Roby-Coleman after the motion. Roby-Coleman not in position because of Lamb coming in motion before the snap. He's unable to react and gets beat for a touchdown over the top. And then here, they just create the matchup where they've got Michael Jaquette lined up one-on-one against Amari Cooper. It's a 4-by-1 set, a lot of green jerseys on the opposite side of the field. Cooper wins off the line of scrimmage. He's one of the best releasers off press in the NFL. You've got missed tackles galore here at the second and third level, and Cooper takes off for a big play down the sideline. So Dallas able to find ways to win in man-to-man. So the defense kind of settled down a little bit. They played a little bit more zone there late in the game. That's when you saw the first interception by an Eagles corner this season, Darius Slay, coming up with a big play. Look, this was still a 2-score game at this point when he makes this interception. Let's see exactly what happened here on that turnover. Let's take a look here at the first interception by an Eagles corner in 2020. That came from Darius Slay. You're going to see him here in zone coverage. You're going to get the free safety dropping down. Whether you want to call this invert cover 2, cover 3 robber, doesn't matter. Basically what you're going to get is Darius Slay splitting the difference between a pair of vertical routes. Watch him undercut this seam throw to CeeDee Lamb. Does a nice job high pointing and finishing at the catch point for a big interception in plus territory. The Eagles offense unable to come away with points after this, but still a great play by Darius Slay, and it's set up by a nice little blitz call here up front by the Eagles defense. Watch the rookie Kayvon Wallace, who I thought flashed a number of times in this game, coming downhill as a tackler. He's going to get home on the pressure here, force a little bit of an errant throw. Nice job winning one-on-one against the back, and you're ultimately going to get the interception there by Slay on the back end. Nice job all the way around by the Eagles secondary on this play. So the Eagles offense unable to capitalize despite getting an interception, getting the ball in Dallas territory to start. They are forced to punt there later in that drive. But ultimately, when you look at this defensive performance, the other big takeaway for me, just Brandon Graham, and maybe this is just because it's coming off the heels of him getting his first Pro Bowl nod, but we saw a sack, the first time he's gotten a sack here in the second half of the 2020 season, and then just continued effort, continued play against the run, what BG has always done. I was asked by Amy Campbell on the kickoff show on Sunday, leading into Sunday's game against Dallas, has he been playing the best football of his career? I don't think he's playing the best football of his career. I think he's just playing the same level that he's always played at. This has always been Brandon Graham. Great to see him continue to do that late into this football game. After getting his first Pro Bowl nod of his career, what did Brandon Graham do to follow that up? Well, he comes up with his first sack in a few weeks as he gets a sack here coming up against Terrence Steele off the right side. Watch him work through contact, run the arc, and chase the quarterback down from the backside. That play personality we know and love from Brandon Graham. But it wasn't just as a pass rusher. He's going to do this in the run game as well. Watch him here, point of attack against the tight end. Don't block Brandon Graham one-on-one with a tight end. Watch him stack and shed here. Shed the tight end. Make the play in the run game right there with Jalen Mills. Nice job there from number 55. And then one last play. This was actually the first snap of the second half. So the defense, they're coming out. They're trying to set the tone. What does Brandon Graham do? He's always going to play with his hair on fire. It's a run away from his side. Watch the effort here in pursuit. Moving at a different speed than everybody else. He doesn't make the tackle, but you just love that effort from Brandon Graham. You see it every time you turn on the film. So obviously a lot to clean up for this Eagles football team. Not necessarily for 2020 with the season, with them being eliminated from playoff contention, but so much that has to be accounted for going into the offseason. We will continue breaking this team down here, right here on the Eagle Eye in the Sky. Make sure you are subscribed to the Eagle Eye in the Sky podcast, fueled by Gatorade. Myself and Greg Cosell, Ben Fennell, every single week, but then also a number of rotating guests that we'll get all throughout the offseason talking about the Eagles, X's and O's in general. You know where to find it, wherever podcast can be found. Thanks so much for joining us once again here on the Eagle Eye in the Sky. Stay tuned for more X and O's breakdowns right here on the Eagles YouTube page.